You think they made up? I wonder what they're talking about.
You think I'm lying? Oh, ho, ho, ho. I see it written all over your face. Go and have a look over there. He's alive and kicking.
Thank the heavens. I thought Sangun ate him. You think they made up? I wonder what they're talking about.
Father, why did you just stay back and watch? I couldn't see you anywhere, so I thought I was too late.
No matter what were to happen, Sangun told me not to try and change his fate. Just wait and see what happens, he said. So I accepted things as they were, rather than remaining my stubborn old self. Anyway, it's nice to see you remember how to say father. I thought you had forgotten that word. You were such a disobedient little whelp. It was a relief when you finally left home. My chronic illness is all cleared up the moment you stepped foot out that door.
Are you? Really? Now is not the time for humor, Father. I thought Sangun hurt you.
Sangun used to say that after a decade, as the rivers and mountains change, so too do one's body and mind. And a legendary beast like himself is no different. He is the guardian of the people. But a guardian serves no purpose if there is no one to protect. Tesu, when your mom died, there was an incident. So, the truth is, on that day...
It doesn't matter. You're alive. You can tell me how you almost died some other time. Hey, what are you doing over there? Come join us. That sound. Come to think of it. How did you escape from the government office?
Criminals Jomansu and Jotesu, listen! You have fled from the law and what's more, entered the Forbidden Tiger Palace!
Tebek, the Tiger Palace are beyond your jurisdiction.
Excuse me, beyond my what? Do you dare speak such presumptions to the Hyangam of Dalbol?
That's right. With the way things have turned out, I have nothing left to fear. Today, I, Jomansu, will finally speak the truth.
Father!
This old man is senile. What truth does he speak of?
I will tell you the real reason Sangun was so angry. The Adukshini! Every Sangun has kept the ruins sealed throughout their reign. But you fools unsealed them! So now, Adukshini are running wild throughout our entire homeland!
What is this nonsense? Soldiers, what are you waiting for? Arrest these criminals! Listen, it's not like we were after little Sangun from the start, but we had no choice if we wanted to survive.
It's about time you finally decide to speak the truth, Hyangam. Sangun had the power to fend off the Adukshini.
Damn it! Damn it! Curse my foul fortunes! Why wasn't I born into a life of better circumstances?
So you made old lady Bitagongduk and Sangun faint at the Grand Town ceremony. And what were you trying to do at an empty tiger palace?
Don't you already know? The relic sealed within the Tiger Palace. Knocking Sangun out was all for the sake of getting my hands on it. But as soon as I tried taking the relic out, the Aduk Shini appeared. I was in a panic. I thought they all had disappeared 50 years ago. Wait a minute. You're the ones I drank with that day. You acted worried about me. But that was all just a ruse. Such wicked filth.
We never made an alliance. What is this talk of betrayal? You want wicked? Take a look in the mirror, pal. Sangun has the power to defeat all the Odukshini. And you kidnapped young Sangun but tried to sell him when things went south.
Yes, that was indeed my intent. So what? Are you going to kill me?
You're provoking us? Now? Are you still trying to play the villain? Think we're foolish enough to kill the king's delegate and be accused of treason? That's right. Your Majesty, we never even dreamed of committing treason against the king or the royal court. We just caused a revolt to shed light on the corruption and atrocity of Jong Ik-sun, the Hyungam of Dalbo. It's hard to count all the charges, so please, take your time and check them one by one.
What? What did you say? How dare you? Who the hell are you?
Huh? I'm Dulce from Hanji County. Y'all know me, right? Anything I said sound like a lie to you?
Nope. He's absolutely right.
Yeah,
He is right.
you insolent! The Youngam of the East will hear about this! I don't know where it is, but if you release me now, I'll speak with the Youngam.
Huh, you wish. Is that how you're trying to escape? Well, no thank you. We already know who your accomplice is. Poor young Gum. To have this guy working under him. But it seems like we can rule out the relic being in the Tiger Palace.
Did you just mock me? Did you just mock me?
No wonder I didn't see anything that looked like a relic within the palace. What should we do now? We worked so hard to track it down. Wait, so Lady Yunhua had no idea where the relic was when she asked us to find it for her?
So, this is why my ears were burning on my way up the mountain. To think I'd find you here bad-mouthing me, Dulce.
Huh? Oh, Lady Yunhua, speak of the devil.
Dulce, adventurer. Oh, it's Traveler now, isn't it? Long time no see. I knew you two would get along marvelously. I knew that when you got everything taken care of, you'd end up here. And see? My intuition is never wrong.
But what's the point of gathering that energy for the orb? The relic was stolen. I put my faith in you, my lady.
Watch your tone, Dulce. But is it true that there is no relic in the Tiger Palace? Well, that's an unexpected turn. Then who stole the relic?
You're not gonna believe this, but it was the Youngam of the East. Jong Ik-sun here, the Hyungam of Dalbo, has confessed... Huh? Hey! Where's the Hyungam? What the hell were you guys doing?
How do you expect us to detain a Yangban? If they want to leave, they leave.
Hey, Dulce. No matter how unfair this is, if you step out of line again, I'll have your legs broken.
No, I mean... Jeez, this is so unfair. I'm at a loss. Oh, I got it. We should go visit Miss Myo.
Judging from Dulce's reaction, seems like you guys had some fun while I was away.
happened? You look so down, Dulce. Milp.
Miss Meow, please hear me out. This is so unfair. I've really given it my all.
Oh, the world is riddled with all kinds of unfairness, Milp. But I also make sure to always give it my all. So, what happened?
I may or may not have wildly offended our dear Hyungam. And though he's fled, I've no idea when he'll be back to take his revenge.
What do you mean, Milp? What do you mean? What kind of troubles have you gotten into, Milp? But who is this lady, Milp? Hey now, you can't just invite everyone in here like it's your home.
You're pretty spirited. I am Yunhua from Hwasun Valley.
Hwasun Valley? Oh, I've been there once. Meihua flowers are in full... Wait, what did you say your name was?
That's not important. You know, back in Hanji, they say there's no one half as righteous as old Dose. The Traveler and I turned over every stone in Donghae, and look here. We've got evidence in spades.
What's all this, Milp? Why are you showing this to me? Being in exile is enough, Milp. Do you want me to get sentenced to death?
Come on, you've got one foot in the grave already, if you know what I mean. Besides, the Traveler and I are powerless to do anything about this on our own. But if we join forces with all the people we've met in Donghae, we might just stand a chance.
Huh. How did such a low-born man learn to speak so eloquently? Okay, Miss Mule of Bylk County is all ears, Milp.
When I investigated the Dongsan tree for Bodi's will, I found evidence of the Yungam coercing Body with her own skin. It's evidence that shows that if the Yungam of the East didn't like someone, he made Body lure them with her beauty and then place a curse upon him. But then he tried to force her to harm the old Beauty Gongduk couple who raised her. This was something she could not do, and so she chose death instead.
Oh, so you mean Body became a Mudang wraith as punishment for the curses that she placed before she committed suicide, Milp?
Mihyun seems really cold on the outside, but she cares deeply for those in need. And she's always given them aid ever since she was young. It was all thanks to Mihyun's fox orb that the plague had ceased spreading and disappeared from Dalbo. When the fox hunters of the centipede market heard the rumor and came rushing, the Hyungam, ignorant of Mihyun's kindness, mobilized troops for the fox hunters. That's when Mihyun's older sister got hunted and died. Mihyun was furious and plotted her revenge. There's also evidence that the Hyungam ordered his minions to infiltrate the Honglin base and kill her.
So, Honglin Base is no longer home to the Fox Goddess's followers, but is crawling with junk. Government officials should take care of the people whose taxes feed and clothe them. How could they go around like gangs in the marketplace and rob them instead?
Maywol Kita Nope said pretty often, right, Miss Myo? Would you believe she's the woman who became a Songakshi? Beautiful Maywol caught the eye of the Yungam of the East, but she remained faithful to her fiancé, rejecting the Yungam's advances. This didn't deter the Yungam of the East, who went about investigating the fiancé and used the betrothed's past service as a tiger slayer to send him to Bumbawi Valley. The fiancé died, all according to the Yungam's plan. He once again propositioned Maywol, who fled, died with a heart full of resentment, and became a Sungakshi.
Jeez, to think he used the king's power to harass young women. This is unflopping believable, Milp!
You know how the Dokebi really liked Mr. Kim's? Well, the Hyungam and Yungam deceived the Dokebi king. Duokshini lent the chief of Sukmo village the Kebi bat, but the chief was murdered in Moodle village and the bat disappeared. I thought the Dokebi were just suddenly harassing humans for no reason. But Duokshini's rage, Sukmo's destruction, it's all because of this. The Kebi bat was being held in the Donghae government office as the Yungam's bargaining chip against Duokshini. If you want to protect the Mr. Kims, make me an army, he threatened. So that explains all the sudden soldier Kebi.
Ugh, what a pair! The Yungam and the Hyungam, I smell a conspiracy. Dokebi have feelings just like all other creatures. This is insane, Milp!
There's a gold mine in Golden Plateau that people rarely went to, and the Hyungam lured poor folk there to develop the mine illegally, and then an earthquake happened and the poor laborers died. Old Granny Birth pitied them, so they were reborn as golden pigs. Despite lacking memories of their past life, they used their poverty-sniffing senses to help those in need. Giving out gold to people was what became their undoing. So anyone who received a bit of gold ended up in jail. And the golden pigs were set upon because rumors spread that they eat humans. We checked the foreign ships after seeing the Ebong and Hyungam whispering to each other. Seems like the Hyungam and even the Youngam are getting bribed.
Oh, no. Wait, stop it, Milp. It's hard for my old ears to digest all this information at once.
Oh, but I've barely scratched the surface. Should we take a break? Now that I think of it, talking...
Yes, a quick breather would be much appreciated. This guy, Dose, just has so much energy, Milp.
But why is Lady Yonhua not saying anything? I thought you'd be mad. What, are you daydreaming?
Huh? Oh, I'm listening. Hunger makes it hard to focus.
Come on now, people. It's like I've been saying. I can't change the world all by myself. But if we can all rally together, we'll surely be invincible. So keep listening till the end. I've got a brilliant plan to tell you. You know the Bamboo Legion? Those soldiers made of bamboo that always showed up when the world was in peril? Well, that same Bamboo Legion showed up with spears saying this world is rotten, and it's best to end it to bring about a new era. Seems like people were screaming out their sorrows to the steel that the Bamboo Legion were enshrined in at Chimney Forest. Sure, they shouldn't have been doing that, but in the face of such constant hardships, I can empathize.
Recently, taxes and forced labor have been on the rise, Milp. So I have seen a lot of people suffering.
In the past, the Goun Plateau was a communal farming area. But one day, the Honorable Chue suddenly claimed up all the land. The people who had been living there were kicked out overnight, and it became a labor camp for criminals accused of accepting bribes from the Golden Pigs. While the Hyungam was hunting water deer there, he tried to cover up a run-in with the youngest son of one so-called criminal, and whoever knew the truth should have spoken up instead of simply sweeping it under the rug. This led to the child's mother taking her own life and becoming a vengeful Gusensei. When investigating how the Honorable Chue got a hold of that land, we discovered there had been a time when the government ordered unowned land to be registered as farmland. Somehow word of this reached his ears and he snatched up the land lickety-split before the official registration period even started.
He probably bribed someone to hop on the policy information. It's flopping obvious. It must have been the Dalbro office that issued the registration, Milp.
There was this guy called Deho whose entire family suffered from tiger attacks. It all started when his younger brother Desuk tried to sell little Sangun. He was attacked by tigers while on his way to a foreign trader. But the fact that little Sangun was outside the Tiger Palace was already suspicious, don't you think? Anyway, the tiger attacks were so bad that the scholars of Byoke Island endlessly petitioned for striped folk tiger slayers to be called in. But our dear Youngam and Hyungam ignored those pleas until the striped folk tiger slayers were finally dispatched somehow, no thanks to our lordships. As it turned out, the snake catchers were hired by the Youngam, and only the Chue family was allowed to supply snakes. That money went straight into the Hyungam's pockets.
So they made money by taking advantage of people's fear of the tiger attacks, Milp? And the tiger attacks started because someone stole little Sangun?
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but the Hyungam admitted it. He threatened Mr. Byun the Butcher and forced him to serve some strange liquor to Sangun. Their plan was for Sangun to get drunk on that liquor and then steal artifacts from the palace. But then things got out of hand and the Odukshiri ended up getting loose. And then the Youngam and the Hyungam took little Sangun as leverage and tried to sell him across the sea. Can you believe that? Sangun has every right to be angry, doesn't he? If it wasn't for the Striped Folk Tiger Slayer's dispatch, everyone would have died from the tiger attacks. Is this what officials should do? Tell me, Miss Myo.
It's impossible for a person to do such things, even if they were possessed by an evil spirit. Surely, the Youngam and the Hyungam have their own ulterior motives. Of course, the Youngam's political ambition is nothing new, Milp. However, being a local official and advancing to the central government are two different matters. That clever Youngam could not have forgotten his roots, Milp. And if his intention was just to secure a secret fund, he caused far too much trouble. Though he may not have been entirely virtuous, he has clawed his way into a position beyond his birth with sheer ability, led the Donghae province with integrity, and was praised for it, Milp.
Right? Even a lowborn like me knows the name Idoksu. He's an officer that was renowned in every corner of these lands.
He wouldn't have caused such suffering among the people without a strong motive and substantial rewards, Milp. The flow of money is blinding us, Milp. We need to figure out his true motives before it's too floppin' late. All the evidence of tyranny has been gathered, and I will lend my strength. Even though I'm in exile, I'll gladly risk getting buried in a foreign land if it means doing what's right for this country, Milp.
Yeah, right you are, Miss Mio. We should just sit tight until we get an answer from the capital.
But hasn't the Hyungam already caught on and run off? That means all that evidence could be destroyed at this very moment. Don't say, you fool. We have the Traveler with us now. Let us send them ahead to subdue the Hyungam of the East first.
Huh? Did you forget that he whooped us before running off last time? The Hyungam is not an ordinary old man, he's a beast. And if we miss our chance this time, it's all over. We have to get it right the first time. I'll gather people quick, so wait quietly, okay?
What on earth hippity happened? You look so down, Dorsey. Milp.
But we've got so many folks willing to help fight for our cause. There's Tebek troops and the Dokkebi as well. And if we get old lady Bidi Gongduk to help us, all the villagers will join us too.
That's true. But we don't have much time. When daylight comes, you gotta run like your feet are on fire, Milp. What on earth hippity...
Dulce,
Yes, my lady?
why would you make things harder?
Huh?
I don't think you understand the situation. Time is truly of the essence. If things go wrong, even the innocent could be accused. Why bother bringing a paring knife when you've already got a cleaver?
My lady, as a noble, you must know.
What must I know?
You have to go through procedures for national affairs. You know, something bad always happens when you're in a rush.
Think you can handle it? It's your first time doing this, right?
Of course I can. Don't underestimate me, my lady. Oh, man, this is stressing me out. I'm sorry, Traveler. Anyway, I'll go with the safe and sure way. I'll handle the details, so make yourself a cup of honey tea and relax. Then I'll go to sleep first. I have to wake up early, so don't bother me. Ah! Hey, Traveler! My lady! We are in trouble! Big trouble!
Oh, it's so early. Did you wet the bed or something? You what? You what?
I woke up late! Oh no, I should have been up at the crack of dawn to gather our forces. Oh. They say old folks don't need much sleep, so why is Miss Mio still snoozing? I told her to wake me up!
You brat! Do I look like your flopping mother or something, Milp? It's been a while since I've had good honey tea and got a good night's sleep thanks to it.
Gotta teach that corrupt Idoksu a lesson. This won't do. What should we do now? It's hopeless. Lady Yodwa, please help. Let's split up and gather people. Hurry!
Oh, that dimwit. Seriously? Traveler, you have to buy us some time. Can you do it?
Take this jade orb with you. It'll help hold back the Yungam's power. Hold out there just for a moment, Traveler. We'll gather people and follow you right away.
Don't you think the Traveler has grown enough by adventuring through these lands? It seems like they should be enough.
correct.
The liquor in the golden jar is the blood of 1,000 people. The meat on the jade plate is the fat of 10,000. Did you come here to recite such a poem? Sadly, I live a humble, honest life, and Donghae is a land of abundance. Who would believe you if you tried to punish me in this land? That dull-witted Chang Ik-sun came late at night, a diligent servant indeed. Yet you, the sharp-witted one, came long after daybreak. Truly lazy, aren't you? And you have the audacity to face me, Lee Deok-su, alone! This time I will take your head and hang it up for all to see! I, Lee Deok-su, Warden of Donghae, shall now execute you! Strange that you, who once couldn't withstand even a single attack, now have me cornered. Does your power come from those who resent me? No, it's absurd. Well, no matter. Using my power so soon feels a bit wasteful. But disposing of you is my top priority.
Your Aduxili too now belongs to me. The seat of power was right in front of me.
Just as his lordship had foretold. You. Everywhere I go, it's traveler this, traveler that. A day hasn't gone by where I haven't heard of the ruckus you've caused. Your vile wanderlust has foiled all of our intricate plans. But now, you lie beneath me, unconscious and vulnerable. I shall put an end, pathetic worm, to your wretched fate. Lordship, on your order.
Such determination and skill. What you could have accomplished as my servant. Execute them.
Yes, my lord, as you command. Royal Inspector, on the scene!
Hear me, criminals Yi Duk-su and Jong Ik-sun. You have embezzled from our sacred treasury and threatened the safety of our good people. I am Royal Inspector Yi Mong-leong. Your office has been seized, and you will be sent to the capital under my custody. It is the king's will and my rope that binds you. Traveler, did I not promise my return? Yi Duk-su, Warden of Donghae, you are well aware of your criminal acts.
Yet you pretend to be blind to the lives that have improved under my rule.
With my own eyes and ears, I witnessed the pain and agony our people have endured. You dare try to deceive the King's Royal Inspector?
Fool! Your utopian ideals are the purest form of naivety. A politician's duty is to balance the scales of profit and sacrifice.
Heresy! How can a protector of the people pursue such twisted ideals?
Carefully balancing my purpose with the people's welfare. My choices have always been decidedly the most optimal ones.
So, your optimal choice was to provoke tiger attacks?
A small price to pay for a great cause! But now you've ruined it all!
Even though the people of Donghae enjoyed a short-lived peace, You are anything but a benevolent ruler.
I did everything for the one I serve.
So there are greater forces behind your foul acts? O great morning's heir, I, Inspector Yi Mong Leong, humbly witness your grace.
Yep, thanks for your work. I mean, well done.
Your Highness?
I am sorry, my dear Inspector. I never told you what this orb was really for. This is no mere key, but a relic of the Tiger Palace and the forbidden legacy of Tebek. Brewing conflict between the Traveler and the Yungam was certainly not an easy task. This Odukshini has resonated with your special black spirit, enough to regain its full power. It would have been most ideal if it happened the first time you met, but back then, the difference in power was far too great.
Your Highness, congratulations. Now you finally recognize my...
Let there be no misunderstanding, Traveler. Don't be so harsh as to call my actions betrayal. I merely withheld some information in order to perfect my grand plan. Have I not told you once before about my troubles? I have a dreadfully ill brother, one I love as my own son. Now, I finally have the power to save my king. Traveler, Mongyon, even you, Doksu and Iksu. I shall forever be in your debt.
Your Highness, please, what is the meaning of all this? What in the world is going on? Please explain what's happening! My lady! Your Highness!
Are you all right?
It's me, Dose.
Hey, stop loafing around and get up.
You look as white as a sheet. Still hazy, are you? You slept like the dead. Look. The light of a new morning. Come and join me whenever you're ready.
See those eyes? Nothing but determination in them. How can they be the eyes of a criminal? Oh, are you the Royal Inspector's friend? He was waiting ages for you. Until hunger overtook him and he decided to grab a meal down at the marketplace. But we don't have all day. We gotta leave soon if we want to arrive at the capital in time. Yes, sir. The inspector has to go report to the king about what happened. They gotta bring justice to those two corrupt officials. But He insisted on meeting you before he leaves. So hurry up and go fetch him for me.
Oh, it's you. May I ask you to take a look at this? So, what do you think? It's a gift from my beloved back in Seoul. Is it too out of touch? Maybe I'll get something else. Is something troubling you? Ah, is it the Moodle Village murder case you were the suspect of? That was also revealed to be the Yongam's doing, under the Odukshi's influence. No need for you to worry. And I apologize for being late to the fight. Remember the honey tea we had at Miss Myo's? We found traces of sleep-inducing poison in our cups. It was part of Her Highness's plan to make you face the Yongam of the East alone. Sorry for hiding my true identity for so long. Royal inspectors are supposed to remain undercover until the very last moment. We found several letters at the office, correspondence between Her Highness and the Yongam of the East. She ordered the Yongam to throw the Tiger Palace into chaos, promising him the position of Chief Prime Minister in return. While in pursuit of the forbidden legacy of Tebek, the Yongam became possessed by the Odukshini and began going to extreme lengths to fulfill his ideals, pursuing inhuman courses of action without a shred of remorse. Thanks to that, we unwittingly helped awaken Dark Bonghwang. But we also managed to save the lives of countless people, so I have no regrets. Speaking of, I have something to show you. An artist drew our little moment at the Donghae office on this scroll. I would like you to have it as a gift.
Royal Inspector, on the scene! Hear me, criminals Lee Duk-soo and Jang Ik-sun. You have embezzled from our sacred treasury and threatened the safety of our good people. I am Royal Inspector Lee Mong-leong. Your office has been seized, and you will be sent to the capital under my custody. It is the king's will and my rope that binds you.
Well, I look even more handsome than I thought. And one more thing. We found several letters at the office, correspondence between Her Highness and the Yongam of the East. She ordered the Yongam to throw the Tiger Palace into chaos, promising him the position of Chief Prime Minister in return. While in pursuit of the forbidden legacy of Tebek, the Yongam became possessed by the Odukshini and began going to extreme lengths to fulfill his ideals, pursuing inhuman courses of action without a shred of remorse. Thanks to that, we unwittingly helped awaken Dark Bonghwang. But we also managed to save the lives of countless people, so I'm here to take a walk. I assume that Lady Yonhua, I mean Her Highness, is headed to Mount Ashi to awaken Bonghwang. The Yongam's Odukshini is at its full potential. She plans to use Dark Bonghwang's powers to get His Majesty back on his feet. It is most likely that to Her Highness, Dark Bonghwang was her last and only hope. For the sake of her little brother, that is. But the people of Donghae Province, they are the true victims. I suppose that, with this, I've repaid the debt of my life to Her Highness. And have I not made myself a good friend along the way? I must head to the capital now. Farewell for now, but I'll return very soon. Please take care of this land until then. The land of the morning light is still brimming with stories yet to be told.
Ah, you made it. Long time no see. Did you run all the way here? No, that's not it at all. I've heard all the stories from my old friend. And after fighting you once, I know I'd be forfeiting my life to do it again. My revenge is not over yet. As you're the stronger of the two of us, I'm in need of your aid. I want to hunt down the leader of the Fox Hunters, the source of all my tragedies. Let's go to their hideout in the Centipede Market. Oh, I didn't mean right this moment. I need time to recover. And to clarify, you know this is an order, right? I've never asked anyone for a favor before. Oh, and just one more thing. Have you ever made someone fall in love with you? I told Sungshan to guide me to the Centipede Market to carry out my revenge. But do you know what that dweeb said? He told me to give up on it. Ugh. I've already lost everything. And he knows what I've been through. And then he said, there's still one thing you haven't lost. Right. Me! Being beautiful is so burdensome. And then he said something even more ridiculous. He said the ultimate revenge is making someone fall in love with you, then pitifully tossing them aside. Or something like that. Oh no! Of course not. I only enchant people with magic. An illusory longing. Love? What is love? I only know of it in writing. I read about it in the diary of my deceased sister, who fell in love with a human man and even bore his child. Love is making another's heart flutter without the help of any magic. You push and pull against one another until eventually your world becomes solely about you and your partner. But anyway, Sungshan's words do seem to hold some meaning, don't you think? If I become their world, then leave without a word, I could kill them without even lifting a finger. That's what love is. Or, at least to me. I'm going to find that hunter and make him fall in love with me. Then I'll throw him away. He'll beg for me to kill him instead. That's why I'm going to practice making people fall in love with me without magic. What do you think? You'll help me? I knew it. Then who should I practice on? Of course, Sun-san. He's the perfect fit. It was written in my sister's diary. One way to touch someone's heart is by giving gifts. Since Sun-san has been traveling all over the country, he's probably weakened. Bringing him food that would give him a boost would be a good idea, right? The sun's out. But is that a light, Fox Rain?
She may have infused this with some kind of poison to get her hands on my liver, for all I know. Mion sent this? Why, all of a sudden? How odd. A gift from a fox? Anyway, thank you. She may have infused this with some kind of poison to get her...
Did you give it to him? What did he say? Infused it with some kind of poison? Ah, that man. I thought he'd come running to me with a face flushed with affection, but what? He dares to push me, Kumihyun, away? Then how about this? We'll try to pry out his feelings this time. I saw this in my sister's diary as well. If you love someone, you'll want to be there for them in times of need. Go set up a trap where I tell you to. Then go tell Sing-san that the lovely Mihyun has fallen into a trap and is teetering on the verge of death.
How could a 900-year-old fox get her? She's on the verge of death after falling into a trap. If you saw it happen, couldn't you have helped her? She's on the verge of death after fall. Why is it that you keep coming to me about her? The sudden gift, and now this. You know what? Let's just go.
If you were going to come running to me like this, why'd you push me away? If that isn't love, what is?
Mihyun! What's with all the childish antics?
You don't have to yell. I'm right here. Anyway, all that matters is that I'm safe, right?
Tell me why you're doing this. What are you plotting against me?
Sungsan, don't you have feelings for me? All I was trying to do was make those feelings blossom. It was you who told me that making someone love me, then leaving them behind, was the best form of revenge. I've never tried to make someone fall in love without using magic, so I've been practicing on you.
When did I ever say such things? I said to let go of revenge and instead let yourself genuinely open your heart to somebody. If one comes to harbor affection for another, wouldn't one truly care for them? But it seemed our only focus was changing them. That is why I explained that one-sided love is more painful than death. But to think she'd have interpreted my words in such a way. Mihyun, earning someone's heart is not an easy task. You must yearn for them, day and night without end.
But my sister and brother-in-law's passions ignited the moment they met. Don't men and women just fall in love at first sight, then have children and whatnot?
Your 900 years haven't done much for your maturity. As I was saying, I have never had feelings for you.
My maturity is on par with the years I've been in this world. And what am I to you, then? I've seen the way you look at me, and you came to save me too!
A Sunbi is loyal to their friends no matter what. How could I dare overlook the sister-in-law of an old friend?
Forget it. I'm going.
It seems she'll be cross for a while. I'm sorry you had to be caught up in this mess. Me? Heaven forbid. Her sister has been gracious to me and bestowed her blessings upon me. Foxes that happen upon Centipede Market do not make it out alive. I could not just watch her walk into certain death, which is why I tried to shift her attention somewhere else, such as finding love. But this may actually be for the better. She'll have realized that revenge is beyond her powers, so she'll lay low for the time being. Making someone fall in love is a task you can only do if you've been in love. It's a place that is both everywhere and nowhere. Fox hunters are merely one of its many branches. They intend to exterminate anything and anyone that is not human. If their power continues to grow, only humans will be left in our land of the morning light. Miho and Dogebi will be long-lost tales. I guess an ordinary person wouldn't know of such secrets. Traveler, I have actually been watching you for a long time. I did not expect for me to introduce myself in this manner, however. The friend behind you with red eyes seems to be on its guard around me. It hasn't said a thing. As the descendant of Habe, root of this country, and the god of water, I, Sungsan, am a scholar that guides the Hado school. We live without revealing ourselves, quietly preserving the foundations of this country, so those who know of us call us the Secret Society. We are merely a stream of water trickling under the morning light, and I believe we will meet once again at the water's edge. When that time comes,
You've arrived. Is my soul accent strange? It feels like only yesterday when we all met. Thinking back on how we survived countless life or death situations, unraveling the mysteries of the world as we explored it together. It's all thanks to you, my friend. I've brought something for you from the capital. Ah, but please kneel first. This is a royal decree, after all. Fair traveler, through cooperation with the Royal Inspector Yi Mengleong, you have brought the corrupt Yi Duk-su and Zhang Ik-sun, who sought to exploit the royal system and our people, to justice. I acknowledge your great deeds, and hereby bestow upon you the Shimhyangje, and ask you to remain a friend to our people and myself. Shimhyangje, it means the home of the heart. From this moment, my friend, you may call this place your home.
What's that noise? It should be empty. Is it a thief? Let's check it out. Hurry, hurry. Go on.
Adventurer, you're here! This place is amazing!
I invited them here. Remember what you told me before? That there are people from across the Margorius Sea who seek to build relations with the land of the morning light. Now that the province of Donghe is finally at peace, we too would like to be on good terms with Banana Nosu...
Balanos.
Yes, Balanhosu. I invited you all here to discuss commerce between our nations.
Inspector, did I hear that right? I wasn't expecting such news.
Indeed, Miss Emma. It has already been approved by His Majesty. Nampa will thrive together with Balanhosu.
It is an honor. I will do my best for the interests of both nations.
My pleasure.
I never thought I'd step foot on this land in my lifetime. So this is the land my grandfather spoke of.
Dig in. Today, my friends, we feast without a care in the world.
Partying without me? Jerks.